Okay, Lagos, fantastic. So again, if you are just joining us, you're welcome. Type in the chat, where are you joining us from? I'm joining from Lagos. I don't know if you got my own response in the chat, so that is mine. I am joining in from Lagos. So let me know where you are joining us from. Okay. While that is going on, tonight we're going to be looking at two specific career paths in detail, okay, and some other ones that you should be looking at right now. And that reminds me, are you considering tech or have you ever considered tech? So if your answer is yes, type tech in the chat. You are considering tech, you considered tech before, maybe you've even tried to get into tech in the past. Type tech in the chat box. I want to know that I have the right set of people on the call. It's only Joshua that's here with me on the call. Fantastic. Onyechukwu from Owerri. Fantastic one. Gladys from Abuja. Great. Good to have each and every one of us here this evening on the call. Okay, so type tech in the chat if you've ever considered tech, or you're considering tech, or you've tried to get into tech, or you're a total newbie in tech. In as much as somehow tech has found a way into your own story, type tech in the chat box so we can take off tonight. All right, I can see people from Bauchi. Brilliant one. Okay, so my name is Muhammad Suleiman. I'm a data analyst and data scientist here at Analytics Business. I'll be sharing my screen now and then we can start. Okay, so once you can see my screen, okay, once you can see my screen, I want you to type crystal clear in the chat box. Type crystal clear in the chat box so I know that everything is good and we are ready to take off. Okay, type crystal clear so I know we are all good and we are ready for takeoff. Okay, I know I forgot to tell you guys to fasten your seatbelt, but no worries. That's why I'm not a professional pilot. But guess what? I'm the pilot for tonight's session. Okay, so let me know. Type crystal clear in the chat if you can actually see my screen so that we can move. Type crystal clear. Where are the responses? Where are the responses? Type crystal clear in the chat. Okay, crystal clear. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Joshua, for the confirmation and every other person who is currently responding. So now we're going to discuss some things in depth. Okay, majorly, what's the actual difference between a data analyst and a HR analyst? Okay, what are the skills that you should have if you want to become either of them, and what are the career paths that can spring up from either data analytics or HR analytics. Okay, the key thing we would also discuss is in all of this, how does AI play a huge role? How does AI play a huge role, and how you should position yourself if you want to get actual results? Okay, so well, first things first. All right, first things first. Who are we here at Analytics Business? So here at is we help individuals and organizations implement professional development options within their team, cutting across data analytics, data science, AI, and the list goes on and on. And since inception, we've helped multiple businesses and individuals transition into tech or even start implementing data and AI in their businesses. Okay, and we continue to even do more. All right, so that's who we are briefly here at Analytics Business. So as for myself, my name is Muhammad Suleiman. I've been able to rack up quite a number of years of experience, and in my experience I've had the opportunity to work with one of Italy's largest luxury car brands, Alfa Romeo to be specific. I worked with their USA branch and I did that remotely from Lagos. So if you're interested in remote jobs, you are in the right session tonight. Okay, this is the time you want to share this meeting link with your loved ones, family, friend. Let them join so that they can hear us firsthand in tonight's session. All right. So I worked with Alfa Romeo remotely from Nigeria. I've also had the opportunity to mentor well over 3,000 Africans in switching into tech. And I've also been a LinkedIn database top voice. Guess what? I also transitioned into the tech space. I was not born a tech bro. I also transitioned into the tech space. I had my first degree in mechanical engineering. So regardless of which sector you're currently in, if you're looking to transition into tech, okay, you can absolutely do it too. So stick around with me during this session so that we can learn stuff together. So while the session is going on, one of my team members would be in the chat box ensuring that everything is okay, and also posting one of the attendance form. Okay, so I ensure that you fill out the attendance form so that you can get my slides. My slide is fully packed. Okay, don't worry, the next 30 minutes you understand what I mean. All right, fully packed with information, so you don't need to write anything down. You can just sit down, relax, enjoy the session, fill out the attendance form once it's posted in the chat, and you would get my slides. And as a bonus, you get the recording of this session into your mailbox. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're ready so we can go on. Are you ready? Fantastic. Okay, great. So in this session tonight, there are so many things we're going to learn. Okay, maybe not so many, but you understand what I mean by the time we fully take off. First, I want you to understand the differences between a data analyst and a HR analyst. Okay, and why are they relevant in today's world? And you're going to also understand the key skills that is required if you want to be either of them. Okay, and most importantly, how do you position yourself as a talent? How do you position yourself? So in all of this, I'll be sharing so many things, okay, as time permits us. Okay, I'll be sharing so many things with us. Some of them will be in my slides, some of them may not be in my slides. So as they come, I'll share. So ensure that you are very attentive. And I would also allow you to speak with me at the end of the session. So once my presentation is over, I'll allow you to ask questions using the chat, and you will also be able to unmute to speak with me at the end of the session. So let's get into it. Now, how many of you have heard data analysts, HR analysts before now? How many of you have heard data analyst? Data analyst is pretty popular, okay? But majority of you may not have heard HR analyst. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Type 10 in the chat. 10 is a perfect number. So type 10 in the chat if you've heard these career paths before tonight. Okay, so we can understand their differences. So type 10, 1, 0, 1 and 0 in the chat box. So I know that you've heard them before. Okay, probably you even know what they are. All right, before we get into it, so what's really the difference? Okay, before we start discussing what the differences actually are. Brilliant. Okay, quite a number of people have heard this career path before. So let's get into the difference. Okay, now let's start with the data analyst. Okay, we'll start with the data analyst. Now, for me to explain the data analyst, simply put, a data analyst is that person who goes into an organization. So they go into the organization. Now, this organization could be a business that makes sales. Okay, say Jumia, for example, they make sales every now and then. Now, they have a record of each sale made, record of customers, record of sales, record of their finances, and what have you. Now, it is the job of the data analyst to then gain access to this raw data. Okay, you gain access to this raw data, and with your knowledge in data and information processing technologies, we'll get to that, don't worry. All right, you turn that raw data into something like what you can see on the top right corner of your screen right now. So that is the job of a data analyst. And what you can see there is a dashboard, okay, that summarizes a long list of data. So that's your job as a data analyst, okay? And beyond this, you're also in charge of, explaining what's going on with the data and giving actionable insight. So it's not just about building dashboards. You also need to be able to interpret what the dashboard is saying and guide the organization to take action based on the interpretation. The attendance form is now available in the chat, so ensure to click on that blue link. You can see Coin Solar, one of my team members, posting the attendance form in the chat. So ensure to fill it out so that you don't miss out. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Guys, we are getting into the interesting part. Now, let's look at the HR analyst. Guess what? The HR analyst is also that person who goes into an organization very similar to what a data analyst would do. And then guess what? They also gain access to raw data, and their job is to build something like this. I'm sure at this point you'll be like, Mohammed, what's going on here? Is that not just different color of dashboards you're showing me? Is that really the difference between a data analyst and a HR analyst? Guess what? The raw data itself has to be a HR related data, human resource. So think of the HR analyst like a data analyst, but strictly focused on HR people related stuff. Okay. So we'll get into some of the career paths that you can actually do as either a data analyst or HR analyst. So let's take a close look on these dashboards themselves. Now, the one on top is what a data analyst will build. And if you look very closely at it, it's talking about sales, profit across different regions. While the one at the bottom is talking about human resource attrition rate. So you can see KPIs like number of people hired, number of people retained, number of people that are treated. Attrition, for those of you who are in HR, is there anybody in HR here? Give me a thumbs up if you're in HR, currently work in HR, or you do something around HR, give me a thumbs up. Let me see. Anybody in HR here? Anybody in HR? Fantastic, immaculate. So now you'll be familiar with some of the terms, okay? Additional, fantastic. So you'll be familiar with some of the terms, okay? Attrition, so people who left without being sacked, and all of that. Why are they leaving? Who are they? Using their demographics. You have all this information about your people in the organization, but not many organizations translate that data into something like this, and that is because the even majority of the HR personnel we have these days do not have information processing skills. Okay, so the data analyst and the HR analyst are very similar. The big difference is the HR analyst is a data analyst that is strictly focused on people related data. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together, guys? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs. Show me a sign that we're together. Show me a sign that we're together. Okay, show me a sign that we are together. Now, let me start giving you some information because I'm sure you're thinking, okay, how can I translate my current position into either of these career paths? Now, there is a mistake majority of the beginners, if not all beginners, make. Okay, I also made it during my time. Now, because you're thinking, okay, I want to become a data analyst or I want to become a HR analyst, I can only search for either data analyst or HR analyst. That is a very big mistake. So you need to carry in your mind that when you are looking for jobs, you do not only limit your focus to the phrase data analyst or HR analyst. Okay, there are so many other shapes and forms that these job roles take. So you need to be familiar with them so that you don't miss out on opportunities. All right. For example, as a data analyst, you can wear the hat of the marketing data analyst, financial data analyst, supply chain analyst, business intelligence analyst. Sometimes they would abbreviate it to BI analyst. You have product data analyst, risk or fraud analyst, web or digital analytics analyst. All right. So they take different forms. So you should also search for these roles. In fact, one of our students in the past got a job as a pathology analyst, health related. And before that time, I had never heard of such a role. So many organizations would call it depending on the specifics of what they need the data analyst for. Am I making sense, guys? Am I making sense? Am I making sense, guys? While as for the HR analyst, okay, other variations are people analyst, HR analyst, HR data analyst, compensation and benefits analyst, talent acquisition analyst, employee engagement analyst, workforce planning analyst. They call it different things depending on what they need. Sometimes they can even call it people performance analyst. Okay, I did not include that in the slide, so you can see that's one of it. You may want to write that down or fill out the attendance form. Ensure you fill out the attendance form so that you can get this recording and my slide to go with it. So now you see career transition, all right, should be based on facts. Okay, it should be based on facts. And the fact today is that, look at this young man, for example, and this is Efemena Ikro, one of the founders of Tenalytics. All right. So studied economics, was unemployed, not sure what the opportunities out there look like. And then he went from there to gaining employment in FITC as a management consultant. All right. But what made him rise from that to becoming a tech professional now? It is by acquiring skills. Now, allow me to tell you about a very fantastic report. And I want you to go through this report when you have the time as well. It is the Future of Jobs report for the year 2025. Now, you may be wondering, Mohammed, what's the Future of Jobs report? Well, it's a report that is compiled from a conference that consists of world politicians, captains of industries, billionaires in dollars. These are individuals that drive economy. And what they discuss in this forum is what are the jobs that are likely to become more popular and which ones are likely to decline based on facts and figures. Okay. And in summary, it's about 300 pages report. So I've included the link here. So when you get my slide, okay, when you get my slide, ensure to download and go through it yourself. But I've done a very good job on getting a little bit of snippets here and there from the report. Okay. Now, if you want to be on the front foot in the job market right now, you have to start equipping yourself with data and AI skills. Data and AI skills are very important. Guys, who can remember when, how many of us here can remember when typewriters were, I mean, if you know how to use a typewriter, you were an OG back in the days. How many of you can remember? Just give me a thumbs up. Okay, give me a thumbs up. Remember back in the days when you could use a typewriter, you are like back then you were the real tech bro. Okay, fantastic. So what happened to typewriters when laptops came in? What happened to typewriters when laptop came in? who can summarize it in like one sentence? What happened to laptops when typewriters came in? Or no, what happened to typewriters when laptops came in, rather? Okay, you can just, if you know what happened, just summarize it in one sentence, type it in the chat while I continue. All right. It made typewriters, okay, obsolete. But more importantly, for those who were already pros in typewriting that embraced the laptops, they had a very smooth transition with the new wave. But those that stuck with typewriters and believed that nothing is gonna happen to my job, okay, they were phased out because laptops outmatched typewriters by a mile. Okay, and so many organizations moved to start using laptops, and they needed people who were skilled. Okay, so those who embraced the skill back then were able to get new jobs. Okay, they were able to get the laptop came and created new jobs, not necessarily take the jobs of the typists back in the days. So I went into the future of jobs reports to start looking at, okay, what are the fastest growing jobs? Okay, in terms of the projections, somebody saying I can't copy it out. So you can just click on the link. Okay, just click on the attendance link. All right, you'll be able to fill out the form. Okay, just click on the attendance link. You'll be able to fill out the form while I go on. All right, brilliant. So now, what are the fastest jobs growing and declining between the year 2025 to 2030, and how do you position yourself? So if you look at the list up here, you see that some of the fastest growing jobs are majorly around data and AI skills, big data specialists, AI and machine learning specialists, data warehousing, data analyst and scientists, DevOps engineer. All these are around data and AI. Okay. And if you also look at the next page, okay, and you look very closely, you see the previously mentioned data career path, and you'd also see HR career paths that are coming up. Okay, organizational development specialists. These are HR specific career paths, and one of the things that will drive businesses. Okay, it's still in this report. Technologies that will drive businesses between the same period, year 2025 to 2030, are AI and information processing technologies. So, regardless of the current career path that you find yourself in now, you need to start thinking, how do I start to get myself skilled in data and AI? Okay, so these are the jobs, and if you look at the right hand side, okay, this is the second part of this list. Okay, so if you look at the right hand side, okay, you'd see jobs that are also declining. All right, you see jobs that are also declining. Look at my own career path here, mechanical engineers. Okay, mechanical engineers. All right, assembly and factory workers, chemical engineers. These were cake hot cake career paths. Okay, um, just a couple of years ago, and now they are ranking one of the top declining jobs: data entry clerk, postal services clerk. So anything that has clerk on it, just know that it's declining. Okay, door-to-door sales worker, that's going. Graphics designers, and if you look at it today, AI has come to maybe not replace people, okay, but create new jobs. And you have to level up. You can't stick to what you've been doing for the past decade. You have to start leveling up with data and AI skills. All right. If you've been able to fill out the form, okay, just type done in the chat. I think some people have issues clicking on the attendance link. So let me even know. Is there anybody who has been able to fill out the attendance form? If you have, type done in the chat so we know um, where the issue is coming from. Okay, so you can try another browser. Okay, quite a number of people have filled out the form already. So if you're having issues, try using another browser. You can copy paste in another browser. Okay, and see if that works. All right, see if it works. Let me know if it works. All right, so let's move ahead, guys. Let us move ahead. So the formula that you want to use, okay, the formula that you want to use is very simple. Okay, you want to and you can see management and organization analyst, training and development specialist, okay, database architect, business intelligence analyst, sales and marketing professionals, supply chain and logistics. So these are data centric career paths that you will become relevant instantly if you have the right set of skills. Okay, now the three things you want to do, okay, just the way Femina also did it back then, is you want to move in your career, you want to ensure that you learn, okay, package and apply to jobs. I'm going to share tons of job boards where you can actually apply to jobs. You see them so that you learn how to actually apply to jobs. Maybe I would even show you, okay, how to actually apply to some of these jobs if time permits. Okay, if time permits, we look at some of these jobs um, as we go on. Okay, as we go on. Are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? Are we together? Fantastic, brilliant, brilliant. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Now, across, you can see this is HR analyst salaries, and this I pulled it in from Glassdoor, straight up from Glassdoor. You can actually go to Glassdoor right now, okay, and search for HR analyst, data analyst, people analyst, call it whatever you want, okay, and look at the salary ranges. It is ranging straight up between let's say the lower end is around 60K US dollars per year, up to straight up six figures that you can actually earn per year on a yearly basis. Okay. And let me tell you something very funny some recruiters do these days. Okay. How many of you are currently maybe in Nigeria? How many of you are in Nigeria? Just I know majority of us are in Nigeria from the beginning of this session when I asked where are you joining us from. Okay, so if you're somewhere in Africa, there is a very funny thing these recruiters will do. Sometimes they may not even pay you up to this. So instead of paying you up to 71,000, they understand something very vital. Stay with me so that you understand my explanation. So instead of paying you around 71K, which is ideally in the lower range of what you should be earning globally, because you're in Africa, they can divide it by three. So you earn somewhere around 20 to 25,000 US dollars per year. But guys, help me do the calculation very quickly. Where are the forex guys in the house? Where are the forex guys in the house? Give me a thumbs up very quickly. I need you guys to help me with a very quick calculation. Let's quickly do a little bit of mathematics so that we'll see what I am trying to tell you. Where are the forex guys in the house? Give me a thumbs up. Where are they? Where are they? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Where are the forex guys in the house? Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and explain what I am talking about. Okay. Now, guys, you could be earning somewhere around 20 to 25,000 US dollars per year. Okay. Let's pull up this. What is the current exchange rate? Okay. Naira, is it dollar to naira now? Dollar to naira today. Okay, let's use today's exchange rate. 1,452.47. So let's say 1,004. Let's just use 114. Okay, that's the rates today as we're speaking. All right. So if you're earning 25,000 US dollars per year, that will be how much? Where's my calculator? Where's my calculator? Let's quickly do a little bit of mathematics. All right, just a little bit. Okay, let me pull up my calculator. Okay, it's on the other screen. Let me drag it in there. All right, are we together, guys? Can we see this? So you have 25,000, okay, multiplied by the dollar rate, which is 1,450. Let's say 1,450. Okay, that is around 36 million, 36 million 250 250k in naira. So if you divide that by 12, okay, you're getting somewhere around just over 3 million naira, okay, per month on a monthly basis. You could be earning this for yourself on a monthly basis with the right skills. So some recruiters are even funny to the point that they pay as low. I'm not saying that's what they're paying, but they pay as low as even 7,000 US dollars per year. And if you're in Nigeria, okay, you do the calculation, 7,000, that will give you roughly over 800k per month. All right. So you see that even at the barest mean, you are still going home with something very, very decent at the end of the day. Okay. So because they understand an economic term called purchasing power parity. And all of these look very bizarre. It may look impossible for you to do until you make that decision and do it yourself. So let me show you some of our past students who have treaded this path and gotten into tech. So let me start with Abigail. Abigail was a care worker, so she's an experienced she had experience in care as a care worker. Okay, so she traveled to Canada. One of the very first things she did was care. Okay, and she was able to transition into becoming a business analyst after taking our training. Okay, all of them have their testimonials here. You can click on this and you'll be able to listen to them yourself. Okay, Tony, okay, used to be a pharmacist and she transitioned into becoming a benefit analyst. All right, a benefit analyst. I prepared Toyin for her interview. Okay, back then I prepared Toyin for her interview, and she came back and said, you know what, that interview preparation was very vital in giving her the needed confidence she used to face the recruiters, and overall it helped her land the role. Okay, now she works with the NHS. Benga got a job in Poland after training with us here at Analytics business. All right. And this is somebody that struggled for about 2 years trying to find his foot and was later able to transition into becoming a business data analyst. You can listen to all of them here. I also prepared Nathaniel, okay, for a job interview. He later got a role as a data analyst working with one of the top pharmaceutical companies in Spain. All right. Likewise, Abdul Rashid. So, and there are many more of them. Okay, many more of them. This is Joel, chemical engineer. Okay, and he turned himself to a data engineer. All right, after joining one of our programs, you have Vivian. Vivian took our data science program, and she currently works remotely for a company in France. You have Ulua Damilare. You also have Ikmat. So let me tell you a little bit about Ikmat because I also prepared Ikmat for her interview. All right, possibly we'll listen to Ikmat, okay, and then we'll go ahead. Let me get Ikmat's testimonial for you guys. Okay, give me a second. Let me get it for you guys so that you can get to listen to ICMAT story. So just a brief about ICMAT. ICMAT is a mother of four, okay? And as at the point she got the job, or as at the point, let me say, as at the point she was, as at the point she was training with us, she was nursing. So imagine a mother of four, okay, being able to transition into tech. So is it you it will then be hard for, okay? Because the likelihood that, okay, give me a second, you may not be able to hear her. So let me reshare so that I can share audio, all right? So that I can share my audio. So you listen to, okay, so that you can listen to her yourself. Give me 1 second. All right, so when I share my screen,
My name is Olokod
give me a second.
Oluwanifemi Makonjola. I'm a student of Miva Open University, currently studying cybersecurity. I'm also a tennis player by profession, and I
So let
live
me know
in
if
Abuja,
you can
Nigeria. I
see
expected the
my
university life to be
screen.
academically challenging,
Mm,
lots of distractions and discomfort.
one
I started
second.
to hear about Miva from my friend. She did a lot of things, and instantly, found no doubt.
All right. So I'm gonna play it now, and you give me a thumbs up if you can hear her audio. Are you with me? Are we good? So I'm gonna play it now so you can hear from her, and give me a thumbs up if you can hear her.
Everyone, my name is Ikmat, and I was with the March cohort in 10 Analytics, and joining 10 Analytics has been the best decision so far. For me, someone coming from a background of full housewife, because I had to stay back home to look after my child for 4 years, and then wanting to break into something new, wanting to go back into the workforce, wanting to place myself in the society for better job opportunities. So it was a lot. And then I'm glad that Analytics came along, and then they presented me with so many opportunities right in front of me, better opportunities. And then I'm glad I took it. And then uh also the advice of do not sell yourself short, that if it is always saying, it is very, very valid, because place yourself right, don't sell yourself short. It's a very, very, very valid advice. In analytics, they will hold your hands like a child, you know through the modules. You have the opportunity to go back and study. You have the opportunity to go back and practice. You have the opportunity to ask questions. you know we have people you can always go back to, even outside of class hours. It's the most amazing experience so far, really. And then another thing is the interview prep, guys. That is another very important thing. I did my interview prep with Mr. Mohammed, and it is the best decision ever, because it was like he saw into the future. He knew what was going to be asked, and I'm glad that I wrote down all the things he mentioned. I went back to practice, and then when it was time for the interview, it was like
Guys, did you hear what she mentioned just now? I hope you all heard what she mentioned just now, but she's not done yet. Okay, I just want to check in with you guys to ensure that you're still listening.
everything he was mentioning, everything he mentioned, they were just they kept on. And then when I was answering those questions, I was so confident, because I already practiced. I did an Excel test, I did a maths test, and then they were really impressed. And another thing is, guys, it may not come as fast as you expect. Definitely you are going to get some no's, and then you may begin to think you're not good enough. You are good enough, yes. The no's will come, but always take it as a basis for learning and development, because after every interview where I got a no, I always make sure I get a personal feedback. So I work on those feedbacks for my next interviews. And yes, it worked. It really worked for me, because I got my first job 3 months into the program, my first job. But I couldn't take up the job because I was a student, and I was only eligible to work 20 hours. So I couldn't take up the job. 3 months later, I got 2 jobs with full visa sponsorship. And guys, all the other no's before the 2 jobs prepared me for the yeses I got. So yes, the no's will come, but do not give up, because you always have analytics to go back to. They are the best, and the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then yes, and they are the most affordable. the most affordable one I've come across so far. And that's a very good advantage. So yes, analytics for the win.
Fantastic. So you heard from her, okay? I wanted to narrate her story, but I said, you know what? Just hear from her yourself. All right, just hear from her yourselves. And I got that video. I put the video in the slide, so you can absolutely also get it once you fill out the attendance form, and you get the slide. So don't worry, Immaculate. I'll tell you what to do since you still are having an issue with filling out the form. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what to do. All right. So let's continue. Okay, let us continue. There are so many people who've been able to help. So the big question is, so okay, how can Analytics business help you? How can Analytics business actually help you? Okay, so let's go. Now, again, we want to go back to that three formula we talked about. You learn, you package yourself, and you apply. So let me ask, how many of you have a LinkedIn account? Type LinkedIn in the chat. How many of you have a LinkedIn account? You have a LinkedIn account. You have a LinkedIn account. Type LinkedIn in the chat. Okay, I'm going to show you something in LinkedIn in a little bit. Okay, while we go through this. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, LinkedIn is like, think of it like Facebook, but corporate. So corporate Facebook, if there's anything like that, that is LinkedIn. All right. So now, first thing is, most organizations will be using AI by the year 2028, and it is a given. 3 weeks ago, OpenAI released the OpenAI agent builder. You may not know what that is. The same ChatGPT you are using has developed what we call the agent builder. So you're using ChatGPT, but do you know what agent builder is? So if you don't know some of these things, you're already at the back foot, and you have to start getting yourself acquainted with these skills. These are the skills that win, and this is directly from the Amazon Web Services. All right, and if you look at this source as well, you'd see that share of employers that expect AI to be important in in changing work by department is, and you can see the IT department, business operations, sales and marketing. These are the top departments that think that, you know what, AI is going to be highly instrumental, which means that if you don't have AI skills, it's going to be difficult for you to get into the tech space today. Okay, look at employers that also look that also their opinion around how AI will improve productivity. So tasks that will take ideally 1 hour, 3 hours, 1 week to do, with the use of AI, you may need zero human input to even get work done, because these days you can build agentic AI. How many of you have gone on a website and you see a chat bot there that you can chat with? This has existed in the past, but now it is so efficient that this chatbot is very smart. You would hardly know that you are chatting with a chatbot because it is very smart, and that is where we are today with the advent of automation, agentic AI, and all of that. Okay, so I'm not going to bore you with the other ones. They are in the slide. You can go into it. Now, let me introduce to you our 5 programs here at Analytics Business. Okay, the first one is AI Automation Engineer. Okay, AI Automation Engineer. Now, you want to build workflows, automate workflows. For example, let's say HR. Let's say HR. How can this AI automation engineering help you? As HR, every now and then you engage in recruitment exercises, and you want as many people as possible to apply, but you want only few people to move to the next stage, so that you can get the best set of CVs. So, which means you have to go through how many? Over 1,000 CVs over the course of like 2 to 3 weeks. And you want to do it diligently and efficiently without any bias so that you can have like the best of the best 10 CVs on the table for interview. You can only achieve that level of excellence and accuracy if you use AI agents. So, what's the AI agent going to do? First, it automates the workflow. So, you create an AI agent that will take each applicant's CV, look at the CV, compare it to the job description, and summarize it for you, and then decide whether this candidate should move to the next stage or not. Okay, then at that point, your own job is to look at the CVs that the AI agent has moved to the next stage of interview, and those are the ones you interview. So instead of spending donkey hours, weeks, months in some cases on these tasks, you can let the AI agent do it for you. All right. So that's what you do here in this program. You learn the foundations of AI automation and large language models. When I say large language models, an example is ChatGPT, the same ChatGPT that you already know. Okay, or Meta AI. Some of you use Meta AI on your WhatsApp or Instagram, correct? Am I correct? Give me a thumbs up. So these are examples of large language models, okay? And you learn their fundamentals, okay? Prompt engineering. Now, for you to be able to effectively get results from generative AI, you need prompt engineering skills, okay? How do you communicate with the AI? All right. How do you communicate to the AI? Somebody's giving a thumbs down that, oh, you don't use ChatGPT. Okay. Don't worry. That's exactly why the analytics business is existing. Okay. So you're going to build large language model powered apps. Okay. They can search documents. They're going to have memory. You're going to use RAG pipelines. You learn how to build advanced AI automation, what specifically we call multi-agent systems. Let me explain. So remember I said that you can build a system that can help you check CVs and decide which one goes to the interview stage and which ones get a rejection. Okay. You can build another agent that would work with this first agent that, okay, when you move CVs to the next stage of interview, I want these other agents to send them an email. So you have like 2, 3 AI agents working together. So it's like having employees, but they are not humans, they are all AI working together, AI agents working together. So that's what you call multi-agent system. You learn how to build that. You also learn how to build AI voice agents. Okay. You learn how to deploy, monetize, and you build actual projects that you can add into your portfolio. So you learn tools like Anything, Zapier, Gradio, Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT, Airtable, Flowise, and so many more. Okay, it's an 8 weeks intensive program, with capstone projects. Okay, within this period, your classes are typically Saturdays 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. West African time. All right, and on Sundays your classes will be 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. So you have the morning on Sunday to do your normal stuff, and you come back for learning. All right. So that is the AI automation engineering program. We also have the generative AI for data analytics. Let me pick my laser here so that I can guide you guys. So you have the generative AI for data analyst. So whether you are starting out as a newbie in data analytics or you are already a little bit experienced, this program is for you. First off, you learn the foundations of generative AI. for data analysts. All right. Then what are the tools for automation and AI agents? So you also need to know how to build AI agents. Okay. I know I made mention of a use case for the HR guys. It's simple use case for the data analyst is this. As a data analyst, there will be need to create some periodic regular reports. Take for example, you work in a power distribution company. Okay, a power distribution company. Um, there are cases where you need to give constant reports every 15 minutes. There are some key performance indicators you monitor every 15 minutes, and you need to send a report. Now, this is a repetitive task. Now, even if it's not every 15 minutes, think of tasks you need to do every day, once every day, or once every week, or even once every month. Why not automate it so that instead of you having to create the report, all you need to do, somebody saying, I can't hear, you can't hear me. Please, if you can hear me, type I can hear you in the chat so that Monica knows that it's a problem from there. And so, Monica, maybe you want to turn up the volume of your device or maybe your network. I'm not sure. Okay. But so sad that you can't hear me. All right. So now, as I was saying, thank you very much, guys, for your responses. Generative AI for data analysts. You learn the foundation of generative AI. You learn how to automate stuff, build AI agents. You learn prompt engineering for analysts. You build AI data analyst employees, okay, using the use case that I mentioned, and so many other use cases. You also learn how to build multi-agent systems. And these are going to be specific to data analyst use cases, AI tools for every data analyst. You learn how to use AI to master your SQL. So many people don't like SQL because SQL they think is difficult. Okay, and even if you think SQL is simple or you find it very easy, guess what? Instead of sitting down to think about how you should come up with your SQL queries, okay, you can use your own natural language to come up with queries using AI. And you also learn how to use AI with Microsoft Fabric, and you build several projects. You get to use Julius AI, Claude AI, Gemini, OpenAI, Bricks, Zebra AI, and so many more. The classes are also very similar to the other one as previously mentioned. 8 weeks intensive training program. The curriculum is also here. So ensure if you've not filled out the attendance form, fill it out now so that when you get my slides, you can look at the, the detailed curriculum. Okay. So we also have the generative AI for HR analysts. So if you are in HR, you want to definitely do this. So now you learn the foundation of generative AI for HR analysts. Okay. You also learn how to, build AI agents. You learn prompt engineering for HR analysts. You learn how to automate workflows in your HR systems, recruitment exercises, scheduling interviews, managing rejection emails, managing recruitment data, and all of that good stuff. Okay. You'd also be able to automate workflows using N8N. Okay. You'd also learn how to use SQL with AI and also your capstone project. So very similar. You learn very similar tools to the data analyst, but guess what? You're going to be learning it for HR use cases. Okay, and if you're here, you're HR personnel, you have um, teams that you want to also educate on AI skills and data skills. You want to ensure that you take note of this. Okay, we can also help you out with customized training program. Okay, for your team, like I mentioned, done it for so many other brands, and we are still doing it. All right. So you also have generative AI for business analysts and generative AI for project managers. Now, you may not know who is a business analyst. How are they different from data analysts? Now, think of a business analyst as a project manager. Okay. But the difference is that While a project manager would follow a particular method in managing their project, the business analyst will follow a different method. So project managers use what we call waterfall. Okay, waterfall. So they present projects in big chunks. Take for example, there is a startup that that wants to build an app. So they want the app to be able to help people book flights by just using voice. Okay, book a flight by just speaking to the app, right? Um, the project manager, okay, would use the waterfall methodology in managing that project, meaning that the project will be delivered towards the end of the project itself. Okay, but a business analyst will deliver it bit by bit. How? So there will be what we call milestones in the project, and each milestone would have a let me say in layman terms, a presentable products. Maybe not usable by the end user, but presentable to the stakeholders. And the business analyst would use that format. Okay. So the things you need to learn as a business analyst with generative AI is again the foundation of generative AI. What is generative AI to start with? How does ChatGPT work? Okay. Some of the tools that you need to use for automation. You learn prompt engineering as a business analyst. Okay, AI tools for every business analyst, AI for project initiation, stakeholder analysis, and strategy. Okay, AI during project planning and execution. Okay, AI for recruitment, requirement analysis. I beg your pardon. So, if you want to build that kind of app, for example, you need to speak with stakeholders and then you gather the requirements for that app. So, you use AI, you can use AI for that as well. Okay, for process mapping, gap analysis, use AI for testing and deployment. Okay, and this is going to make your life easy. So for project managers, we also go through very similar structure, but tailored towards project management, generative AI for project managers, tools for automation, prompt engineering, AI tools for every project manager, AI powered project planning and execution, AI for communication, leadership, and stakeholder engagement, execution, monitoring and risk management with AI, agile, scrum, and automation with AI. So tools like Perplexity. Okay, how many of you have heard of Perplexity before? How many of you have heard of it before? You may have not heard of it before. Okay, and again, that is why we exist here at Analytics business. So if you want to do research, feasibility analysis, gathering industry trends, Perplexity is the place to go. You also have Notion AI, ClickUp AI. ClickUp helps you manage, AI projects. You can generate sprint updates. It helps you write project summaries. So and so many more. Confluence AI, Cloud, Gemini, Jira, and so many more. So you get to learn all of these things so that you are well versed in the career path. So for 8 weeks as well, you do this. Now, these are some job goals. Okay. If you don't take anything from this session, you have to snap this page. Okay, but you don't even need to snap it. Just fill out the attendance form in the chat box. Okay, Janet, thank you very much for reposting it. Just fill out the attendance form. You get my slide. You see these platforms. Some of them are popular, some of them are not popular. If you are looking for remote jobs, this is your home. Flex Jobs, WWR, Remote OK, Remotive, Jobs Presso, Indeed, Remote Cool, Well Found, previously known as AngelList, LinkedIn, Upwork, Fiverr, and so many more. So off the top of my head, these are some of the remote job boards you should be looking at so that you can get the opportunities that you deserve. All right. So I hope we are together, guys. Give me a thumbs up. I hope we're together. I hope we are still together because apart from just gaining the skills, okay, apart from just gaining the skills, and when I say the skills, the technical skills, oh, now you know how to build AI automation workflows, you know how to build AI agents, you know how to build AI employees, you know how to analyze data, you can use data processing technologies. Apart from all of these, all right, you need to be employable. You need to be employable. First off, you need CV revamp. And these are the extra layer that we offer here at Analytics Business so that you are employable. I mean, it is not enough for you to just know the skill. You need to know how to go to the river and catch fish, right? First off, CV review and river. Your CV is a paper representation of yourself. Before you are called for any interview, I want you to know today that your CV has gone into that company. Am I making sense? So you should bear in mind that your CV should represent you well in that company so that you can get a fair chance. Okay. Number two, LinkedIn optimization. Now let's go to LinkedIn. I was asking the other time, how many of you have a LinkedIn account, right? Let me show you something on LinkedIn real quick. Okay. I mentioned that I'll show you how to apply to jobs. So let me quickly show you something. Okay. Let me show you something, a quick trick on LinkedIn. So for those of you who have a LinkedIn account, let me copy this and share with you. So if you want to connect with me, you can absolutely connect with me on LinkedIn. Okay, you can absolutely connect with me on LinkedIn. All right. So um, you just come to the search bar and search data analyst. Okay, data analyst. All right, data analyst. Let's search data analyst to start with. I mean, the classic data analyst. Now, when you search data analyst, the first thing you want to do is to click on jobs. Okay, click on jobs. All right, click on jobs. Now, when you click on jobs, okay, when you click on jobs, the very first thing you want to do is to ensure that your location is not Lagos, it is not Port Harcourt, it is not Nigeria, it's not Kenya, it is not Ghana. Ensure it is EMEA. EMEA. Are you with me, guys? Are you with me? This is vital information I'm sharing with you, okay, for free. EMEA, meaning Europe, Middle East, and Africa. That's what EMEA stands for. So EMEA covers all the region, including North America, okay, where you can possibly get opportunities. All right. And right here, right now, you can see how many jobs are we looking at right now? 14,000 plus jobs. I mean, I've not searched for HR analyst, I've not searched for BI analyst, I've not searched for other variations of data analyst. Okay. And if you look at them, this one was posted 7 hours ago, 3 days ago, 11 hours ago, 4 days ago, 1 day ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 day ago, 1 day ago, 2 days ago, 3 hours ago, 12 hours ago, and so on like that. You can even filter to remote. Just show me remote jobs, and even just remote, you still have over 2,000 opportunities. So, how many opportunities are you actually looking for? That's the big question. Okay, how many opportunities do only you want to get? So this is how to actually search for jobs, especially if you're located within the regions of Africa. Okay, how do you navigate the job market? That's a snippet that I just showed you, how to navigate the job market. Okay, interview preparation. You heard Ikmat talk about interview preparation and how vital it was in helping her get the job. Sometimes they may ask you to do some little assessment here and there. We are here to help you out with all of those things. Job reference letters. Even after getting an offer, majority of the recruiters will ask you to provide a reference. Okay, and we stand in for you as the referee. And you may be wondering, how do you do that? Now, the good thing is, when you come on board here on Analytics Business, we allow you to um, use to fine tune your LinkedIn profile and use us as your current your current engagement. So that way we can that allows us to stand in for you as a referee should you need any job reference even after you've gotten the job, because we know how it is. All right, you may need support every now and then, especially at the beginning stage of your job. So you get on the job support, you also get weekly mentorship sessions. Okay, you get Upwork and Fiverr optimization sessions as well. Okay, this also further boosts your opportunity for freelancing. You want to earn in hard currency. Okay, these are the platforms, Fiverr and Upwork, okay, that you need to start looking at. This is Pavel, okay. He used to be a teacher back in Cameroon, okay, and currently he works as a healthcare data analyst, and he used the same formula we've been talking about. You learn, you package yourself, you apply to jobs, and he got this job March 2025. Okay, so and you can listen to Pavel right here when you get the slides. Okay, and there are so many more of them. This is Bukola. Okay, this is Bukola. So she got into one of our programs. She also had the opportunity to get the expert interview preparation. And currently, she works as a business analyst and a HR business analyst. Okay, so you can see the funny ways that these roles can come in. HR business analyst. This was not even part of the list that I showed you earlier. All right, so you have to be very tactical when looking for jobs. Okay, this is Ene landed a job as a data scientist with a company in Germany, okay, working remotely from the UK. So you can see that as well. And she landed this job earlier this year, April 2025. All right, you also have Judith. Okay, and all these people you can listen to them. All right, you can just click on the links attached and listen to them. Now, Judith was a carer, okay, and she was doing care while studying in the UK, okay, but she wanted a whole lot more than just what she was doing at the time. So she enrolled for one of our programs, and fast forward, she landed her very first tech role as a business analyst. So let me now break down some of the steps, okay, and I want you to listen very carefully. When you choose, your step one is you choose the career path. Pick one that you want to do. Once you've done that, you want to ensure to build a portfolio. So let me show you a snippet of what a portfolio looks like. Okay. And you should have one if you want to be reckoned with as a tech talent. So let me show you just a snapshot of what a portfolio should look like. Okay. So now, guys, a portfolio is like your personal website, not like it is your personal website. Okay, you can call it website portfolio. All right, that you should have, and the link should be all over the place. Okay, in your CV or your LinkedIn, especially for job hunting, right? You need a portfolio of projects. This is how recruiters can easily go and see that, oh, this person is skilled and I should speak with this person. So this is my homepage. Okay, and you have this little button that says view project, or you can come to this tab here that says portfolio. Click on it, and that will take you to some of my work. Okay, so you can see these are the dashboard. This is a HR dashboard. Okay, this is another dashboard here. So you want to have something like this that houses all your projects. If you don't have something like this, your journey will be long, and you don't want it to be unnecessarily long. Okay, so you get yourself a portfolio. You can build something like that. Don't worry. I'll be selecting 5 people from tonight's session who I'll teach tomorrow in an exclusive session on how to build that portfolio I just showed you. Okay. Step three is you niche down. Now, what do I mean? You're going to learn some very vital AI skills, okay, depending on the program that you choose. Okay, so you can possibly, create AI solutions for everybody, but you don't want to do that. Find your niche. So if you're focusing on HR, focus on HR. All right. If you're focusing on, generative AI, being an automation engineer, focus on that. Okay. So if you want to be a generative AI specialist in business analysis, you focus on that. Okay. So you choose a niche. Okay. And it could be healthcare, marketing, real estate. Just choose your niche, market it. Okay. That makes it easier for you to sell. All right, because you can actually monetize it, and you land your clients, and guess what, from there you scale. So you do for one this month, next month you try to do for two, the following month you try to increase it to five. Okay, and the more you do these jobs, the more you're able to gather testimonials, the more you're able to gather track record, and get more and more of these opportunities. Okay, so like I said, these are some of the job boards you can apply to remote jobs. Okay, build your own AI agency, and start making good stuff for yourself. All right, so how can you get yourself started? How can you get yourself started? We have a cohort starting on the 8th of November. How many of you are ready to start? On the 8th of November, we have a cohort starting, and you can start your own journey to becoming an AI and data professional. Um, November 8th. November 8th. And like I said earlier, the program stretches for 8 weeks. Okay. How many of you are ready? Give me a thumbs up if you are ready, so that I walk you through all the things you need to know regarding starting your program on the 8th of November 2025. So on the 8th of November 2025, get yourself started. No nonsense. And guys, here at Analytics Business, one of the things that has helped us, and I think it is vital for me to mention this so that I get you in the right frame of mind. You see all those fantastic people, some of them I didn't even have the time to talk about them. All the fantastic people we've been able to get jobs over the years, they don't have two heads. They don't have two heads. It was not luck. It was bringing their head down and showing up every single time when we ask them to show. When we tell them, look, you need to post on LinkedIn for the next 30 days, guess what they do? Every single day they post. Okay. We will tell them, where's your portfolio? You need to create your own portfolio. Okay. You see them, they create their portfolio. Blessing, I said tonight I'll select 5 people that I'll train tomorrow. I'll tell you the time. Tomorrow, around this time, I'll train you on how to create your own personal portfolio, website portfolio. So, and we'll do it in under 1 hour, under my guidance. You won't write any single code to be able to build that website. Okay. But just 5 people. But I'll tell you how to qualify as one of the 5 people. So, like I said, the next class is starting on the 8th of November 2025. Okay. And first off, okay, for you to join our program, all right, for you to join our program, okay, it is 200,000 naira as the full amount. Okay, but right now you won't need to pay 200,000 naira. Okay, there are 20 slots for available up for discount. Okay, now for the AI automation engineer, it's 150,000. Generative AI for data analyst, 100,000. generative AI for HR analyst, 100,000, generative AI for business analyst, 100,000, and generative AI for project managers, 100,000. Now you can split this payment into three installments. Um, as for the AI for automation engineer, the first tranche is 70,000. So once you pay that 70,000, you are you have secured your spot for that particular course. If you're going for any other one, generative AI for data analytics, generative AI for HR analytics, generative AI for business analyst, any other one you're going for, first part of the payment is 40,000 naira. Let me break it down more so that you get it. Okay, let me not confuse you. Let me break it down more. So this is the discount slot. Okay, so if you're going, this is the first payment. You make this today, and the slot is yours. Okay, and then in November you then make the payment of 40,000 naira if you're going for the AI automation engineer. That's the first course. It's 150. You break it down to 70 40 70 40. Is my mathematics correct like this? Yes, 70 40 40. It's correct. Okay, you can see even me, I'm struggling with mathematics. All right, so the ones that go for 100K, you break it down to 40 30 30. So pretty simple. All you need to do, you can pay online. I'll show you how to pay online, or you can actually do a direct transfer to our Kuda bank account 300-266-8546. And once you've done that, you send a message to this phone number. Okay, send a DM directly to this phone number or an email to any of the email you can see here. 070-889-14669. Now, here's the trick. The first 5 people to secure their spot tonight, okay, I will be inviting you to my exclusive session tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Again, I said exclusive. Now, in that session, I'll be showing you how to create a website portfolio for yourself. It's going to be your personal website. You will need to write code to build it in about 1 hour plus. Okay, normally I can build it in less than 30 minutes. Okay, but because I'll be putting you through, we spend like 1 hour, 1 hour plus, 1 hour 30 minutes at the max. You will write code, and once you built it, you will have a lifetime access to that your personal website portfolio. You don't need to pay a dime to get access to it. All right, and all you need to do from there is adding projects. As you build projects, you just be adding it to your portfolio. Okay, you have the link in your CV. Immediately you build it, you can have the link in your CV and your LinkedIn. So as you update it, okay, you update it with projects. People start to see the project in the portfolio. Only 5 people. I don't want crowd in my session tomorrow. Only 5 people will gain that advantage. So we've sent a DM to that phone line 070-889-14669. So send the proof of payment to that phone line so that you can gain advantage. So ensure to be among the first 5 people so that you do not miss out. 070-889-14669. All right. So as that is going on, if you want to ask a question, this would be a good time. Okay, this would be a good time to ask your question. You can ask it in the chat or you can raise your hand. Okay, I would allow you to unmute, but here is a rule that I want us to follow for unmuting. You can only unmute if I call your name. Please do not unmute if you don't hear your name. So I'll call names in the order in which hands are raised. Celestine Duru, your hand is raised. So probably you want to go ahead and speak to me. Okay, so unmute and speak to me. You have a question? Or was it a thumbs up? You wanted to give me a thumbs up, Celestine. All right, so we also have a 2 to 3 seconds rule. So if I call your name and you've not unmuted in about 2 to 3 seconds, we'll move to the next person, okay? Because of time. So next person on my list here is Nonso Obunaya Ani. Also go ahead and unmute and ask your question.
All right, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. So actually, I was supposed to join the class earlier. I saw the timing, but I was in church,
Okay.
so there was no way I could
Oh,
actually be doing both. So I
John.
came in late, yeah,
Yeah.
and I heard what you were saying, talking about a payment for first 5 persons. Please, can you please recap? I
Yeah.
want to know what's for how much exactly and what the site is all
Okay.
about. Just throw more lights, please.
Okay, all right. So while I was speaking earlier, okay, generally what we're talking about here is the new trend in skilling up in AI. I mean, AI has come to stay. It's something that is going everywhere. It's everywhere. You have ChatGPT, you have your Meta AI. So you yourself, regardless of what career path you're currently in, you need to start looking at AI skills so that you can stay relevant and be in a better financial position um, in the near future. Now, to this effect, we offer 5 different programs: AI automation engineering, as you can see, generative AI for data analysts, generative AI for HR analysts, generative AI for business analysts, and generative AI for project managers. Okay, these are the 5 courses we're offering. Now, ordinarily the courses go for 200K each. Okay, currently we have a 20 slot discount. Okay, so we have spots for 20 people that can enjoy the discount. Now, the AI automation engineer goes for 150,000, and you can split it into 3 installments. The first installment is 70,000. As for the rest, the discounted fee is 100,000. So you're getting 50% discount on the rest. Okay. Generative AI, depending on the one you want to go for. All right. And each of them, you can break it into 3. Okay. And in the next page, I made a clear description of how you break it into 3. The one of 150K goes for 70, 40, 40. Okay. Today you pay the first installment, November, the second installment, and in December, the final installment. All right. Now, I mentioned that the portfolio, the website portfolio I displayed earlier, let me go back to it. This particular portfolio, okay, the personal website where you give the link to, I mean, you put it on your pages, put it all over the place, your CV, your LinkedIn, and even when you go for networking events, tech events, you want to have this link handy. So if somebody asks you, how can I reach you? Can you share something with me? This is what you want to share with them. Okay, you want to share something like this with them. It's going to stick longer with them because your work is going to be all over their face. So they read a little bit about you. They can go to your portfolio page, see what you've built. It's a functional website. Okay, customize it. It doesn't have to look exactly like my own. Okay, you can customize it. I've built quite a number of them. Um, I've built quite a number of them, some as instructional material. So let me see. I think this one. Let me see. Let me see which one this one is. So this is the back end of one of the websites that I was showing people to build. Okay, on how to build. So you can see a little bit of portfolio workings right there. All right. So you can build it. This is the back end. Okay. This is where you customize. For example, I can highlight this, type something else. So I'll show you how to build this from scratch. Okay. This was one I was already building, but I'll show you how to build it from scratch. Just 5 people tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Okay. And to qualify to be one of those 5 people, all you need to do is to lock down your spot with the first installment for any of the programs of your choice. Okay, whether AI for automation engineering, generative AI for data analyst, generative AI for HR analyst, generative AI for business analyst, or generative AI for project manager. So with at least 40,000 naira, depending on the program you're going for, you can secure your spot as one of the 5 people for tomorrow. Okay. Although I have not checked in with my team member who is in charge, how many people we have now, but I'm sure if you decide to make your installments now, you're likely going to be one of the 5 people who'll be working with me tomorrow. So that was the whole explanation around the 5 people. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. And also, hi, and also, did you get that? Is Nonso still here? Let me see. Okay, okay, Nonso just joined back. So hi, Nonso. I hope you
Yeah,
heard.
so sorry. Yes, I got everything. My network. Yes, I heard
Oh,
everything.
all right, all right, all right. So when are you securing your own discount?
Hopefully, let's see how it goes. I hope to be a part of it. So
I really want to work.
at least, yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope to. I hope to.
All
Okay.
right, no problem, no problem.
All
So
right.
ensure to take down
Thanks.
this
Thanks.
online 070-889-14669.
Okay.
So take it down so that you are
Zero.
in
Come again. 070. Okay. Is
070.
it the one on the slide? Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
this one, yeah.
889. All
070.
right. All right. I can see it.
Yeah, all right, brilliant. Okay, so
Okay. Thank you
somebody's
very
asked.
much.
Fantastic. You're welcome. Somebody is asking, oh, how can I see the curriculum? Susan, did you fill out the attendance form? If you filled out the attendance form, you'll be sent this slide. Okay, and in the slide, you can view the curriculum in detail. So all you need to do is just click here to view the curriculum, and you see the detailed curriculum in there. Okay, so that will be mailed to you as a bonus. You'd also get the recording of tonight's session. So 5 people that I'm working with in tonight, tomorrow night, this time tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. You'll be drafted into that session, and I'll walk you through step by step on how to create your own website portfolio. All right. So do we have any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Let me look at the chat. Olayemi, you said I should pick you. So now the ball is in your court. Have I picked you? Olayemi Joshua, have I picked you? Ben Olamide, I would like to be part of the training and build self portfolio, please. Fantastic. Ben Olamide, are you still here? Have I picked you as well? So the ball is in your court now, okay? The ball is in your court. I am sure before midnight, all 5 slots would likely be gone. That I am sure. Okay, so ensure to be part of those 5. Okay, and I'll be super glad to work with you all. All right, so Celestine, your hand is still up. I don't know if you can speak now. Can you speak now? Um, Immaculate, have you been able to sort out your attendance issue as well? Is Immaculate here? Have you been able to sort out your attendance issue? So let me know if you have. No. Okay. So what you want to do, Immaculate, do you see this email? You see this email or even the phone number? Okay. Ensure that you send the DM. Okay. But Immaculate, I hope you're one of the people I'm going to work with tomorrow. Let us clarify that. Are you one of the people I'm working with tomorrow, Immaculate? How do I fill the attendance form? Okay, that's the attendance form posted by Janet. Thank you very much, Janet. Uh, So I can see two no's from Immaculate in the chat. So the second no, is it for not being part of the five people I'm working with? Why is that? Oh, Immaculate, you say you don't know why. Why don't you know? What's the uncertainty about? I mean, talk to me. Feel free. You can unmute. Let's have a conversation. Okay, you can unmute your mic since I've mentioned your name. So let's have a conversation real quick before we call it a night. So what's the issue? Let's see how we can help you. Okay. So we are here to help people, not I mean, this is not a barracks, okay? Analytics business is not a barracks. We are here to help people. So go ahead, unmute.
Right. Good evening, Mr. Mohammed.
Yeah, good evening. How are you
Good
doing
afternoon.
today?
Good evening, sir. Fine, thank you, sir.
All
So
right.
I got a call, so I stepped out
Oh,
of the webinar. So I didn't really get what it
okay,
takes to be part of the five.
okay. But you know what the five people are for tomorrow? Do you know what they're
Yes, yes, yes. For
going
the
to?
is it building of website or
Exactly.
something?
Fantastic. So now, we have five different programs. Okay, AI automation engineering, generative AI for data analytics, generative AI for HR analytics, generative AI for business analysts, and generative AI for project managers. Okay, now each of these programs costs 200K, depending on which one you want to go for. Currently, we have a discount across all programs. Um, all of them are 100K except AI automation engineering. And you can split depending on the one you want. So take for example, you want generative AI for HR analysts. Okay. You can split the 100K into three installments, 40,000 now. That secures your spot. And if you're one of the first five people to do that, you qualify to be in my exclusive session tomorrow night. Okay. Then the second installment, will be due in November, and then the final installment will be due in December. So we made it like that so that it can be easy for people who really, really want it. Okay. So that's pretty much how to get yourself qualified as one of the first five people. So did you get that now?
Yes, I did.
Okay, fantastic. So now that you've gotten it, are you going to be one of the first five? Are you going to be part of my session?
And the thing is that I'm not really financially ready for that now. I would have loved
Okay.
to.
Okay.
I would have loved to, but I'm not really financially ready for that. For
Mm,
that, I don't think I'll be able to afford that 40K for now.
okay. Okay. Is there a reason? Is it you currently work as a HR professional, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I mean, is there specific? I know you may likely tell me, oh, you've budgeted for other things. Yeah,
Yes, sir. That is it.
fantastic. See, let me tell you something. Mhm. This should be part of your budget as a true HR person. This should be part of your budget. Okay. You know, you guys are the ones that will tell us that we should find time in our busy schedule to upskill. Okay, personal. What do you call it again? Personal development.
Self-development. Yeah.
Fantastic. So, what is your budget for personal development? What have you budgeted? You can whisper it into.
Yeah.
Don't let people hear.
The
Just whisper it into my ear.
so the thing is that for this period, I'm
Yeah.
already going through a training which I spent a lot of money on. So
Yeah.
I didn't really plan. I didn't know that something like this was coming up. If I had known something like this was coming up, I would have planned ahead for it. So that's
That's fair.
just it.
That's fair. That's totally fair. All right. So the current program you're taking, when is it likely going to end? This month, next month?
It's ending
What's
this
what's the
month.
situation?
It's ending this month.
Ending this. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So is there any chance that you even find a way to get into that my session tomorrow? Okay. And then say you want to start let's say in December, for example. Okay, we then make provisions for you so that you can join the December class.
Yeah,
But
I don't mind.
yeah, but you've gotten the your spot already, because guess what? This discount is only for now. For those who will
Uh,
be starting December ordinarily, they won't get it. Do you understand?
okay. Can the sports getting the sport, can it be brought down a little?
Hmm. Very good question. So, uh, do you know I'm laughing? Should I tell you why I'm laughing?
No, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know.
Let me tell you why I'm laughing. Okay. You know when you go to do you live in Lagos?
Yeah, I do.
Very good. So you probably are very familiar with what's the name of this place again? Where they sell uh bend down select okrika. Are you familiar with those
Is
markets?
it is it the one at Agulegba?
There are so many. There's one in Vespa. There's one you know
Okay,
the way
there's
they
one in Yaba.
the way they price those clothes.
Mm.
Okay, that you want to turn our programs to that. That's what you're
No,
trying.
since you said
Yeah.
that to reserve a spot for December,
Mhm.
so I'm thinking if I can use whatever I have to show that truly I'm interested,
Yeah. All right. Okay. So
then
this is what
within
you
that
do.
period.
This is what you do, and I want you to do it tonight. Okay. You see this phone number that is here. I'll give you permission to send a DM on WhatsApp to that phone number for inquiries on what you just said. Okay, so that you see if that's possible. Is that fine? Zero
That
seven
is
zero.
the
This
sorry.
this by can you see it, or do you want me to
Is
call
it
it out?
07088 something something? Sorry.
Yes, 07088914669. Do you want me to call it again?
Sorry, I'm trying to get a pen.
Okay. Just let me know once you're ready, so I'll call it out.
Okay, you can call it out.
Okay. 070
Okay,
889
all right.
146
6,
69.
9.
Yeah, 07088914669. Right?
All
So
right.
yeah. All right. So I would love to see you in my session tomorrow evening, 8:30 p.m. Prompt will start, and by latest 10 p.m. Yeah, by this time we should be wrapping up tomorrow. Okay.
All
We'll
right.
have that down even before the program starts. Once the program starts, as you're creating your project, you're putting it on there so that you can have it handy for display. All right, so I think that is pretty much it, except if anybody, I mean, there are some people that did not talk. Olayemi Joshua, he did not answer me. I, I called your name, he did not answer me. Or have you probably you've already secured your spots? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Good evening, Mohammed.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm okay with you. Yeah, actually, I
Fantastic.
have interest in the class, just that the money is not available right now. That's it.
Okay. So if you had unlimited time, when do you think you'll be able to get this?
To get the phone right, is it
Yeah, to
for
get the
the
phone.
November class or for when?
For November class. Let's even say for November
No,
class.
because what you said is that once you pay for the November class, we were able to join tomorrow's
Yeah,
class for
definitely.
to build your website. We already say yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm currently I can't raise the fund to register for November class. So I don't know
Okay.
if there's a way I can still join tomorrow's class, and I promise before the November class, I should be able to raise the fund.
Yeah, okay. That sounds fair. Fantastic. All right. But guess what? I've done that before and I learned a very big lesson. Okay. And I told myself that, you know what? That lesson is enough. All right. So, I mean, I'm somebody that, I like sharing knowledge. Okay. But
Okay.
again, um, um, you want, I want to work with, I don't want to work with you halfway. So people come to me and say, "Oh, Mohammed, you know what? Just take this one first, okay? You don't worry if I'm not able to pay up, kick me out of the class." And I'm like, "That's not my goal. My goal is not to kick you out of the class, okay? Once you've made up your mind that look, I want to do this with analytics business. We want to see through to a logical conclusion. And I personally want to have you, Olayemi Joshua, as one of the people I'll bring to my slide and say, guys, do you want to be like Olayemi Joshua? He joined our program, so and so period, and now he has gotten his first job. Okay. I prepared Ikmat for our interview. I prepared Tony for our interview. I prepared Nathaniel for his interview. I prepared so many people for their interviews and they went on to get the job. Okay. So, but the people I want to work with are people who also want it. Do you understand my point? So,
I get you very well.
what I would advise that you do, Joshua, what I would advise that you do, if there is any chance at all that you are able to secure your spot, even if it's in the early hours of tomorrow. Okay, even if it's in the early hours of tomorrow, you can secure your spot. Okay, now I'm not saying the 5 people because I mean, you've been active since we started this particular class. Okay, you've been active in the chat, so you personally, I can give you to tomorrow morning. You can find a way to secure the spot because I'm sure that this night, if it's this night, I tell you, you won't be part of the 5 people. Okay. So let me give you personally till tomorrow morning so that you can secure a spot. So if you can find a way to secure a spot for tomorrow morning or by tomorrow morning, then I would ensure that you are drafted into the 8:30 p.m. class. Okay. Again, it's an exclusive class. Not many people will be there. All right. Does that work for you?
Yeah, thank you, one, for the opportunity.
All right.
So
All
let
right.
me see if you're able to raise something tomorrow morning. Then I will reach out to you definitely.
Okay. Great. Ensure to keep the number
Yes,
070.
I have it already. I already screenshot the slide, this thing. So I'll be there.
See your hand here.
Take your one too.
All right. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is there any other person that has not spoken? So, let me see. Monica, is Monica still here? All right. So, Bashir Muiz, I thought you raised your hand one time. Okay. Ben Olamide, go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening, Mohammed.
Yeah. Good evening. How are you doing today?
I'm cool, and you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you very much.
All right. So, like my co-classmates already said,
Yeah.
or should I say online classmates?
Yeah.
Though this is what I've been dreaming for, this kind of opportunity, but then it has to do with money.
Yeah.
Presently tonight,
Mm.
not incapacitated, but I believe by November I should be able to raise the money. And one
All right.
question I want to ask, please, what date November will the class be holding?
Okay. The class starts November 8th. Let me
November 8th. Okay.
Yes, November 8th. Class will start.
As a salary earner,
Yeah.
we all know that salary is being paid towards end of the month. So I don't know if you can consider me, but I promise I need this class than you needed the money I want to pay you. Considering my present job,
Mm.
I work with tech And like you
Brilliant.
already said, this is the way forward if anybody want to stay relevant.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't know.
All right. So, do you know what dates today is though?
Today's
Do you know
date
what?
is 29th of October.
Okay, are we not already towards the end of the month?
Yeah, did
You
Mr.
see what I'm
Mohammed.
saying?
I can see that you're a fast thinker, but then don't worry. Oh, so
Okay,
as a man, thank God we are all guys and we are in
I
Lagos State.
understand
I
you.
know the hustle and hustle of Lagos State. So the money came, but um,
You get
Isha
as
wo-
a big.
Isha wo lowo mama she, we've used it
Right.
for other projects because it was a friend of mine that actually linked me up with this opportunity. And
Fantastic.
um, I, I don't know. Considering the price that has been sliced,
Yeah.
I will appreciate the kind of person I am. I will appreciate if I can even pay once so that I won't have something bothering me because Christmas is also by the corner side.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. All
so
right.
it's
That
not
makes
like
sense.
the money is too big or it's the big deal, but I have invested it for another project, not
Okay.
knowing that this kind of fantastic opportunity will be coming up.
Okay. So here's what I can do for you. Okay. Here's what I can do for you. Just like I did for the last speaker.
Joshua, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, here's what I can do. Normally tomorrow evening, it's 5 people I want to work with. Okay, and I deliberately said 5 people because it would lose its value if I say, okay, everybody. I mean, if I said, oh, everybody can,
Exactly.
it then does not have value. And not that it loses its value, but the because if you have a website portfolio, for example, the value you can't quantify that. Okay, it is worth this much. Okay, especially when you start getting the attention of recruiters, you can't quantify that and say, okay, this is how much it is worth. All right. So this is what I would do. So instead of saying 5 people, okay, because I'm sure if I check in with my team now, we should have maybe at least 4 people, barest minimum already that have taken the slot. So I would put a deadline instead. Okay, I'll put a deadline instead so that whoever can struggle and see how the first installment can drop tomorrow, okay, tomorrow by say 6 p.m. so that we also have time to compile the names and bring you into the session by 8:30 p.m. So we have that 2 hour buffer. So if by 6 p.m. tomorrow, if you've secured your spot, okay, regardless of the number, even if you're up to 10, okay, I'll try my best to ensure that um um able to take you guys in that particular session. Okay, so that is the most that I can do to ensure that I know, yes, it may be coming as impromptu to some people, okay, but I'll give it to you tomorrow 6 p.m. I don't know if that's fine by you. That'll be
Okay.
fine.
Let's see how things goes. Let's
All
see.
right, brilliant.
Hopefully, I hopefully, as God is on our side, I'll be able to make it.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right.
All
So,
right.
yeah. So let's do it that way. But after 6 p.m., there's no more begging. No. You may not even see me to even talk to until 8:30. Maybe if you find a way to enter, if you find a way to enter the session, that's when you now see me. All right. But
Let's see as let's
I
see.
really hope that you're able to get the slot. Okay.
Okay. Another question. The phone number on the slide.
Yeah.
Is it a personal number or for this purpose?
It's for the business. Okay,
Yes, sir.
one of my team members handles that particular line.
And it's for WhatsApp, right?
Yes, WhatsApp.
All right.
All right.
I think
Okay.
that's all.
Okay. Brilliant. Fantastic. So I think
Nice.
this. Joshua, you don't want me to go and sleep again. You don't want me to go and, you don't want me to go and sleep.
Yeah. Sorry, give me this last chance. Just let me say something.
No problem. Go ahead.
So tomorrow's class to me is very important. Like you
Okay.
don't know how to give. How I wish and I want to partake in the blessing. Let me call it the blessing. So I was thinking, I don't know if it is possible that we pay a certain fee for tomorrow's class since it's just for 1 hour 30 minutes or 2 hours. And I can tell you, I'm not in the of the class. I don't want to miss it. Do you understand? Because if I want to promise emphatically that I will be paying tomorrow and I couldn't pay, that means I'll be missing the class. Unless if the class will still come up another time, which we won't opportunity, we won't have the opportunity to join again. So that's what I want to ask say or add to it.
Okay. So what I want you to do now is just send a DM to this line. Okay. Send a DM to this line. Let's see if that's possible. Okay. Let's see if that's possible within the company policy. All right. So send a DM to this particular line. Okay. I'm sure you already have the line, right?
Yeah, definitely I have it already.
All right. So just send a DM, with what you just said, and let's take it off from there.
Yeah, I think this is a good question.
Thank you, Mohammed.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, just send a DM. All of this is a good question. All right, no problem. It's not a bad question. Definitely not a bad question. Okay, this is a very brilliant question. So just send a DM. Let's see, what can go on, down that line. But definitely for those who have already secured their discounts and you can hear me, congratulations. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m., 8:30 p.m. rather. All right. So I think we can have a wonderful night. For those of you who are still here, who can still hear me, Victory, Elias, Joshua, and also Lillian, Konisola, Janet, Immaculate, Habib, Glory, Bashir, Ayotunde, Adindu. You guys are all welcome, and myself as well. I can see my name on the list. So you guys are welcome. I hope this was worth your time. Have a wonderful night's rest and see you in class tomorrow. Cheers, guys.
Good night. Thank you.